like everybody says, it's not forever, but same time, is you just want to hug your friends.
Of course
I'm
you
a partner,
do.
of course. So
Of course you
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Well, thank you for being with us. Really nice to have you on. That's Sharon who's got in touch from Swindon. So Ashley, still with us. Are you speaking to
Yeah.
businesses? Are they quite confused today, or are they clear on what they need to do?
No, I mean, there is some clarity in the message. I mean, the key message is go back to work if you can't work from home, and only if you can get to and from work safely and be at work safely, observing social distancing. The key concern I think I'm starting to pick up on now is the timing of the message. So the newspapers started to suggest this is what the message would be last week, and so there's bound to be some emotional reaction to that from business owners. And then at sort of 7:15 last night, business owners would have been thinking, well, I need to reopen if I can. I need to get staff back in if I can. And it's not really given them any time to plan the return to work properly. Hopefully they've been starting to do that already. But 7 o'clock on a Sunday evening, back to work tomorrow morning, that can be quite unnerving for some, especially if, like I think Sharon mentioned her employer, they've not been able to gain any access to funding or support if they're a limited business until now. And then this is put on them as well. It's
Yeah, and
there are some who are really quite nervous.
And there are lots of businesses, I suppose, who would like to reopen, but they don't know if they're going to get any customers in or if they're going to make any money, and they're going to have to pay people to work. So, I mean, what can they do for the best?
That's right. The furlough scheme was one of the first introduced by Mr. Sunak, and I gave great credit for it at the time. But the moment the furlough scheme disappears or starts to be phased out, the cost burden of the employees is going to pass back to the business and to the business owner. And as yet, if they don't have time to plan that properly, if they don't know what their customers are going to be doing, if their supply chain is yet up and running and active, they may not have the revenue to cover that. And
Okay.
in the case of a limited business, they won't have been able to gain access to grants to sort of plug that gap if it needs to be plugged.
Okay, well, thank you for your thoughts again this morning. Really good to hear from you. Ashley Hutchinson from A&S Business Consultants Limited in Trowbridge. How are you feeling today? We've talked about some of the